Well, Tin, I'm rocking the t-shirt. Got the doors.
Oh, it's nice to see that, Norm. You haven't worn that one for a while.
Behind every door, there's a surprise.
Oh, I tell you what, Norm, I think every day is a surprise living with you.
Oh, yeah. Try my best. Is your food killing you?
Oh,
We think it is. We think it's killing us. Are you eating the right food? And this is something that we really want to talk to, especially those of you in your 50s that are coming into retirement. Now's the time to get on board with doing the right thing for yourself, for your health, for your retirement. What do you think, Teen?
absolutely. I think it is because once you hit retirement, you've sort of moved on too much. And all these bad habits that you've had will eventually catch up with you, as we are kind of finding out this ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah, so the further we are in this journey of retirement, the more things that are starting to happen to us. So we've talked in the past about having aches and pains, which is natural. It's part of the aging process. We're starting to wear our bodies out because, I'm 69 years old, and so this container is 69 years old. It's going to show some wear and tear, Teen.
Yes, it is.
So we probably haven't been eating the healthiest from being a child to a teenager to a young adult. We used to love fish and chips in England, and on a Friday night, my God, we could eat fish and chips with mushy peas, gravy, and one of those steak and kidney puddings on top.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that, Norm, that you actually would put a steak and kidney pudding on top of the fish and chips.
Oh, that's
Oh my
heaven.
goodness.
But
But
but I haven't done that since I
no,
was about 18. So we are concerned about eating a healthy diet or a healthier diet without going crazy to try and mitigate some of the symptoms that are starting to happen. We are conscious that inflammation in your body is something that is a real threat to longevity.
and I think this is something that we are looking at more now because one of the symptoms that Norm has, we are trying to correct this or maybe calm the inflammation down by adjusting the food that we are eating on a daily basis.
Yeah, one of the things that we have been doing for probably the last 20 years is reading labels on food. And Canada and the US is great for
Mm-hmm.
labeling food. So, for instance, additives. We have been going for more than 10 years of excluding products that have added sugar.
Yeah.
And there was a good example that we came across, which we were buying a product that we thought was really healthy for us. And then we started reading labels and we realized it was bad. So that goes back to pasta sauce, Tina.
Oh, we thought we were buying the healthiest pasta sauce out. We always looked for the one that was lovely and red, and it would maybe have the vegetables in of the peppers and onions
Yeah, I
and
like those
things.
bottles with a screw
It-
cap.
And
We're not going to say brand names because
no,
we don't want to be sued.
we're making a general comment that we always thought we were buying a healthy tomato sauce to go with our pasta, whether
So
we
like a
put
pasta sauce.
yeah, a pasta sauce, whether we were putting meat in or just having it with the pasta. But when we started to look at the labels, we saw there was so much sugar in it.
And salt.
We couldn't believe it. So we had to find a different one for this. And we did.
So for about
Yeah,
10 years,
yeah,
we have been buying passata sauce,
yeah.
which is strained tomatoes. They generally come from Italy and they're in a bottle, a distinctive tall bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only tomatoes in it. Some have salt.
So, yeah. And basically, that's what it is, strained tomato. So all of a sudden, we've taken away all that extra sugar
Sugar,
that we
yeah.
don't want to be eating. Because lately, we're watching all these different doctors on YouTube, aren't we, Norm?
Yeah.
And they're all talking about don't eat additional sugar in processed food. So we're becoming a lot more aware of this, aren't we?
We are. So
Yeah.
we're starting to ditch factory processed or heavily processed food, and we don't buy that anymore. The other thing that we found out is that we were eating too much. If you do a Google search and research the size of chickens from the 1950s to present day, you see a tiny little chicken in the 50s,
And
which is what our parents were buying, and now they look like turkeys.
it's quite amazing, isn't it? So everything has become bigger,
Supersized.
supersized. And you know what, Norm? Talking about the additives we just wear in the sugar, one of the things that I am guilty of, Norm drinks his coffee black, which
No sugar.
apparently is the perfect thing. I don't really like black coffee, so I like half and half cream in my coffee.
Oh yeah, a child of Tim Hortons here.
Well,
Double cream on the drive-through.
yeah, but you know what, Norm? Since I'm not working, we haven't been going there that often. So we brew the coffee at home, but the treat for me is half and half cream. And I'm going to say maybe about 6 or 9 months ago,
Yeah.
we started to look at.
Well, we stumbled into the healthy section
Oh,
of
yeah.
a supermarket. We must have taken a wrong turn.
Yeah. Oh, or maybe it was on special, Norm, and we thought it was a good deal. So we picked up a half and half cream that was made by a local dairy.
And it's organic.
And there was only one item in it. And I said to Norm, look at this. This
Yeah.
is so different from the one I normally buy, because the one I normally buy, it doesn't matter which make it is, they all have about 10 different items in. They
Yeah.
have gargum gum, they have this, they have that.
And you've
And
been buying those as long as we've been in Canada.
because we didn't know any better,
No.
but now we do. So we don't buy any of those anymore. So this is our go-to one. So I can have the half and half cream in my coffee, and we also buy it for the whipping cream. So when Norm is doing all the great creations
When I'm whipping up a curry.
on the cooking, he's now using a whipping cream with only one ingredient. And we feel so much better and healthier, don't we?
We do indeed.
Yeah. So that's been a big plus for us.
So read those ingredients and,
Yeah.
and try and cut out, recognize that sugar goes by many, many names. But
Oh,
if
they
you
do.
see anything ending in OSE as an ingredient, O's, that's sugar.
Yeah. Whether it's
Fructose, glucose.
fructose, whatever goes,
Yeah.
they're all not good for you,
And so,
are they?
so we don't buy that. So today, I like bread, but I go through a stage of not eating bread. And so I'm constantly looking for a healthy bread. And we've tried Ezekiel and we've tried sprouted grains. Tina just likes white sandwich bread because it's soft and fluffy and it's terrible for us. So I went to a supermarket today because they were advertising a new bakery that they've bought out of Montreal. We went on the website, looked like fantastic ingredients. Got to the store, picked up their bread, and the ingredients were lousy. They had oil in it and all this. So I went over to the other area of bread and picked up the sourdough from two competing companies. One just had all the flour, whole wheat flour, white unbleached flour, plus all nuts and seeds. And the other one, which is looking identical, then had vegetable oils and soya oils in them. So
Oh,
we bought the one without the
yeah,
oils.
that's a no-no, isn't it?
And what we do like to do is to put either sliced avocado, or I'll mash an avocado up with chopped tomato,
Yeah.
bit of chili powder, and spread that on toast. And a
that's
fried egg or a poached egg if we're feeling healthy.
I think another thing too is, Norm, that we have gone down. Well, when I say probably Norm and I've followed along, we've tried every
I've
diet.
dragged you along, haven't I,
We've
too?
been vegan, we've been carnivore. What else we've been? We've
Oh,
been
keto,
vegetarian, we've done keto. We've gone down all these things
rabbit
where
holes,
we thought they were the
the
thing to
answer.
do, but none of them were. And we've now come back to thinking all these things we were depriving ourselves of, actually things we were loving, vegetables, fruits. And now we're finding out all these things are really healthy for us. And I'll say, Norm, bananas, blueberries, all
Yeah.
the things we'd cut out, we're now finding are some of the best things we should be eating. So we've had a complete turnaround lately to what we're going to be eating for us health
And we're
wise.
feeling better as well. So when we see
Yeah,
those blueberries on
yeah,
sale, which we just got some, what, $1.98
yeah,
for a pint?
yeah.
Well, we buy 2 or 3 of those, bring them home, wash them, and freeze them. And then they last for a lot longer. And then just bring small portions out when we want to eat them. So, yeah, we're eating more whole food,
Yeah.
like a banana or an apple or blueberries, frozen strawberries. We get the fresh strawberries and freeze them.
Now we do like vegetables too, and we have in the past been buying vegetables, but now we're buying a lot more. We will buy frozen broccoli, Brussels sprouts.
But what we would really want to emphasize is eating fiber. And
Yeah,
most people think fiber is going to be something like oatmeal.
but it
And
isn't,
and
is
most
it?
people are
No.
falling short on the amount of fiber. We are.
Yeah,
So
we were.
Brussels
Yeah,
sprouts,
but we like them.
broccoli,
Yeah.
all contain fiber, and it's easy to eat.
And now we're finding that things that we were really cutting out was potatoes and rice and pasta, and now we're
And sweet
finding out, and
potatoes.
sweet, and we're now finding out that both sweet potatoes and potatoes, they're really high in fiber and they're actually really good for us. So
And
we're
potassium.
and we're bringing all those back into, and you know what, we're starting to enjoy cooking a lot more because we're using all the things that we've been depriving ourselves
So our
from.
focus at the
Yeah,
moment is increasing fiber, increasing potassium, and increasing magnesium.
but
They all contribute to
yeah,
heart health and your vascular system, which is what I'm looking to improve. So
we're hoping that is going to be a help.
the other thing is drinking too many sodas or alcohol. It, they're easy calories to drink, but I notice that with alcohol, if I drink 2 or 3 or 4 drinks in an evening, and I check my blood pressure because I have a machine at home that we bought from Amazon. I can put a link in the description. I'll take my blood pressure and it's high. The alcohol makes my blood pressure high. And it makes it high for about 3 days after I've drunk some alcohol. If I don't drink alcohol, then my blood pressure is normal.
So we are trying to correct this situation, aren't we?
We are.
We, both of us, are trying to cut down on the alcohol intake.
Right.
And
We've never drunk soda or pop.
no, so that's not been our problem. But
No.
wine, scotch, and beer has and is our problem. So we are trying to bring in non-alcoholic beer for a couple of reasons. To help Norm that if he wants a scotch, he can have non-alcoholic beer. And I'm finding that I can't drink wine all the time because you end up drinking too much. So even I've started drinking non-alcoholic
But the
beer.
trouble is, Tina, non-alcoholic beer sucks. It tastes terrible. It's sweet.
Most of them are, except for a great one that we were introduced to at our son's house a couple of weeks ago. And
What's the
then
name, Teen? It's a Japanese beer, and it's called Sapporo, um, but it's brewed in Guelph, Ontario, under license.
but
No sugar.
that is excellent. And the good thing is, I'm not a beer drinker, but this non alcoholic beer actually tastes really good.
As opposed to things like
Like other mix,
President's Choice, they
is
have no name and they
too
have,
sweet. But even ones like
yeah,
Heineken and others, you don't like them, do you?
no, because they're too sweet.
So we're moving in that direction to incorporating non alcoholic beer.
We are
So
indeed.
we are really glad that the grocery stores are selling this too. So
Yeah.
that's something that we're looking at.
And our son and his wife did a dry Junes where they went the
Yes,
whole month without drinking any alcohol.
they did.
And so
They
they,
did very well, didn't they?
yeah, we're trying to
Yeah.
learn from them.
And when
Now,
we were over visiting, we were
yeah,
supporting them
right.
by drinking his non alcoholic beer. So that's kind of how we got introduced to it. And now we're hooked on it, aren't we?
Now, you know,
Yeah.
most British people, Americans, Canadians, they think French fries and ketchup are vegetables.
But they're not, are they, Norm?
Well, technically they are, but
Well,
have they been messed around with? So a French fry, by its very name, has been deep fried, and fried food can be, well, is a problem because of the saturated fats. So we're trying to, if we have a burger, it's maybe once a month. If we have French fries,
it's
well,
it's
that's probably every 3 months.
yeah, it's not very often, is
No.
it? Because we've tried to move bringing in like the mashed potato or jacket potato or
Yeah.
something like that instead of French fries. So we're trying to move in that direction, aren't we?
And there is a trick with potatoes that if you cook them till they're ready, but don't eat them while they're warm, put them in the fridge in a container overnight, the starch gets converted, and your body doesn't take up the starch as much, so you don't get that insulin spike, which is a neat little trick we learned.
That is very interesting, and I think the same works for rice, Norm, on that.
It
If
does.
you cook your rice, make a sort of big container, a big pan full of it, but then put it in the fridge and then use it either the next day or something, and it is so much better for you
So
to eat.
you
Yeah,
reheat it the next day,
yeah.
but the starch has been converted into a non-soluble form. So win-win. Too much fast food, fried food. Does your plate look brown, or are you eating the rainbow? You know, that's we try and make our plate look colorful with green and maybe orange carrots or sweet potato,
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts, and we try and have half the plate at least those vegetables.
And the other thing too we're looking at is incorporating more salad ingredients. So we're starting to make salads, and we'll put avocado and tomato and cucumber. But another favorite ingredient, which we found out is really high in potassium too, is beetroots.
Yeah.
So we are
Well, you
buying
can't say beetroots in North
beetroots.
America.
What is
No,
it? No,
beets.
beets. Okay, so we
Beetroot in England.
okay, so we love beets, and
We
now
do.
we are bringing beets into our salads. Actually, there's a lot of different meals you can
And
eat
we go to
beets with.
Costco and they
Yeah,
do a big box that has 3 packets in it. And
great deal,
they're
isn't it?
pre-cooked.
Yeah.
They're in vacuum packs. inside the box.
Yeah.
And they are just excellent, and they're so easy to do. So you
Yeah.
don't have to go get the fresh beets, peel them, and then boil them,
And
slice
get
them.
purple fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Get the purple fingers while you're doing it. So we like buying these from Costco, don't
Because we can just open them up and
Eat
slice them,
Slice them
put
and
them in
eat
the
them.
salad.
Yeah, it's great.
So yeah, we are trying to eat the rainbow, so to speak,
Yeah.
to have a variety of vegetables. The trick about salad that I came across a YouTube channel that was talking about it, and it was a doctor nutritionist. She was saying that if you eat a good portion of salad before your meal, then basically what you're doing is you're shielding your intestines from the rest of the food that you might be eating. So if that's got a high glycemic value, so for instance, we broke the rules and had some fried fish the other day in a batter.
Yeah, we did.
Long story. So before we ate that, we had a spinach salad
Yeah.
with cucumbers and beets
Yeah.
and avocado,
Oh,
tomatoes.
we
all the-
even threw some sauerkraut in on it.
sauerkraut,
Norm's
yeah.
become a big fan. We buy that in a huge tub from Costco too.
So if you eat that and then you go and have your
Yeah.
regular whatever you're going to be
Yeah,
eating
which
for
we had
main
the fried
course,
fish.
it lowers the glycemic spike or the insulin response.
So it becomes healthy. And I must admit, so on that particular lunch, we had like 2 courses and we really felt full for a long time, didn't we?
We did indeed.
So
we didn't get any
no,
sort
I
of
think that theory does.
drowsiness from
No.
the insulin response.
I think that theory does work. So we are trying really hard on that.
So we just really bring it. We don't want to lecture you because we're as guilty as you.
Definitely we are.
So all that we want to do is to pay more attention to our food to help our health, to add to our longevity. So that's why we made this video about, is your food killing you? Which, quite seriously, it could be.
Yeah.
Or you could be using food as medicine. And I think that's where we've had a mental shift to start doing that.
So I think we're now looking at when we eat bananas and blueberries, and we're now putting natural yogurt on there, that we're now getting ourselves healthier by eating these things. So we've turned it around, haven't we?
Yeah, so we've lowered the carbs, we've lowered the red meat, we're
eating a lot more fish.
we're using fish and poultry in small amounts as flavorings to a dish, not having a huge chicken breast each. We just don't do that. So, thanks for watching. Is your food killing you? And we hope you're keeping well.
And staying safe.
And until the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.